All the way back in 2023, I made a video about the GTA 6 mapping project, and back then, the map looked like this. But over a year later, it has evolved to instead be this. So once again, I wanted to give a quick update about this project and see where it's at now. We will detail all about how this project is being completed, what changes have been made, and how we can expect it to look closer to release. So without further ado, this is the updated progress of the GTA 6 mapping project. First, what is the mapping project? Well, the name gives a pretty clear meaning to it, but for those who haven't clued in, the GTA 6 mapping project is a group of about 50 mappers led by project manager Dupsor, who are using the trailers and leaks to accurately map out GTA 6 before it's even released. Now, most people are thinking, what do you mean? How can someone map GTA 6 before the game is even out? And yeah, it sounds pretty crazy. But the thing that most people may not be aware of is that this same project was actually completed for GTA 5 as well, and it's almost scary how accurate it turned out to be. The GTA 5 mapping project was somewhere around 95% accurate, with only a few landmarks and roads either missing or placed incorrectly. And remember that all of this was mapped using just a few trailers and some screenshots, while GTA 6 on the other hand also has 90 leaked clips to help with the mapping as well, and here is how they're doing it. First, you need to start with a blank canvas that has coordinates on it. These coordinates act as a 1-to-1 scale for Rockstar's Rage engine that's being used to make GTA 6 in the first place. Next, they need to find areas that the player has been in order to pinpoint specific landmarks on the map. Luckily for the mappers, all of the leaked footage a part of the 2022 leaks had coordinates to where the player was standing relative to the Rage engine on the bottom black bar of the screen. So by taking these coordinates found in the leaks, they've placed a white dot representing that specific location, and then they can use this info and a bit of speculation to essentially create a border for the entire map. Using this method is how we're able to know that GTA 6's map is roughly about 2 times the size of GTA 5's. Both GTA 5 and GTA 6 are created using the Rage engine, and since the mapping project is using coordinates on a 1-to-1 scale, they can import GTA 5's map into those same coordinates, and we get a map that is roughly double the size. Now, don't get me wrong on this one, it is a still very highly speculative map. For reference, all of the orange outlines on the map represent a speculative border with little data, while the black outlines are the ones that we know are 100% correct. But now that they have a rough outline of the map laid out, they can then use the footage from the trailers and leaks to place buildings and landmarks into the map as accurately as possible. Now obviously, because the trailer doesn't use coordinates and the leaks are mostly stationary, this placing of certain landmarks is mostly done through either triangulation while also using some speculation. But I will say that the dedication from these mappers can't be understated. In fact, to help them with mapping, they've used real-world locations and maps to predict where landmarks are, they've gone through every leaked clip to spot reoccurring areas, and they've even created 4K renders of all 2,276 frames of Trailer 1. With all of this, they've been able to pinpoint the prison Lucia is held up in during Trailer 1, the Vice City Airport, most of Port Gellhorn, which is another named location, and as well as Lake Leonido. Now, even more impressive is that using all of this data the mappers have put together, YouTuber Darkspace has taken this data and imported a 1-to-1 scale of the GTA 6 map into GTA 5. He started by first dropping a low-res texture of the map so he could just get a sense of the map's actual size, proving that, at least based on the findings of the project, the map is indeed double the size of GTA 5's. But after not quite being satisfied with that alone, he has also started to make a more detailed and partly 3D version of the map as well, essentially making GTA 6 before Rockstar. That might be a bit of an exaggeration on my part, but since it's the closest we're going to get till the game's release this year, I highly recommend checking out his progress with the link in the description. But while this project has been trying to do everything they can using as much fact as possible, there is one section of the map that has caused a lot of controversy, and they still don't know the real answer. When you look at the mapping project from a year ago versus the one today, what is the biggest difference that you notice? Sure, some people might say the actual detail they added to the map, but the real biggest change to the map is the panhandle in the top left. Now, as you can probably tell, no leaks or trailer footage has been taken at this panhandle, so the real question behind this controversy is how do we know that it's there? And there are a few clues for it. The most obvious hint is that adding a panhandle more accurately depicts it to the shape of Florida, which is obviously the state that Leonida is based off of. But by far our biggest clue are the leaked road signs. Within the leaked clips, the mappers were able to find a few road signs that indicate the presence of a panhandle in the top left section. But the reason that this is so controversial is because beyond these signs, there is no actual evidence to support that it's there. I mean, even the mappers have agreed that the road signs that were present in the leaks could be so much as placeholders for signs that Rockstar just hadn't gotten to yet. Keep in mind that these leaks were possibly taken as far back as 2019. So the odds of every asset in them being finalized is really hard to say. The signs do look exactly like the ones you'd be able to find scattered around Florida, but without any proof from the leaks or trailers, it is still considered speculation that the panhandle is even a part of the map. It's most likely that we will have this confirmed with either the next trailer or possibly some screenshots, but again, we have no actual way of proving that it's there. It doesn't help that given over the last year, we have had almost no new info to work off of, so it's incredible that the GTA 6 mapping project has even been able to do as much as they have already. And I think within the coming months, they will have a lot more on their hands. But with talking about the mapping project, I think it's important to bring up one map that is posted absolutely everywhere, which is this highly detailed map that people often think or are at least told is the real thing. Yes, this map is technically a part of the mapping project's work, but even they clarify it as a highly detailed map with a lot of speculation, most of which comes from the world event list compiled from the September 2022 leaks. If you aren't aware of what that is, the leaks from 2022 had uncovered over 300 different interesting events that can be found throughout the world of GTA 6, and so using these events, the mappers put together a highly speculative map of what the map could look like if it included all of these interesting events. But I want to make it very clear that this is not at all a realistic interpretation. You've probably seen this map posted by random Instagram and Twitter accounts and clickbait YouTubers all the time of them saying it's a supposed leak, but it is simply a highly speculative map theorized by the mapping project, and it is not to be taken seriously. You can go to their website and find 5 different versions of the map that all have varying degrees of facts and speculation, and I left a link in the description as well if you would like to take a look for yourself. But with that, I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.